Today's episode of Off the Timeline is titled What If Kerry Wood and Mark Prior Stayed Healthy? The alternate history of the Cubs dynasty that never was. If you're a Cubs fan, you've got a long relationship with heartbreak. The kind where your team has a lead in the NLCS and then the universe decides to punt you straight into a 108-year curse. But here's the thing. The Cubs had the arms to end it all the way earlier than 2016. Two of them, actually. Kerry Wood, Mark Prior. In our timeline, they're baseball's tragic what could have been duo. A pair of electric, strikeout-happy aces who seemed destined to bring a title to Wrigley until injuries shredded their careers before they even hit their primes. But today, we're throwing the injury history into the shredder. In this alternate universe, Wood and Pryor stay healthy from day one. No torn ligaments, no shoulder breakdowns, no we'll just skip his next start nonsense. Just 16 straight years of two of the nastiest right-handers in baseball anchoring the Cubs rotation. So what changes? Well, the short answer is everything. The long answer, let's dive in. 2000 to 2001, the foundation years, Cubs reality check. In real life, the Cubs are still a bit of a mess entering the 2000s. They had Sosa's bat, but their rotation was a collection of, yeah, he's fine arms. In this universe, Kerry Wood is already an established ace by 2000, never missing the 99 season. He's thrown 200 plus innings with his usual try hitting this 98 mile per hour fastball I dare you approach. The Cubs sneak into the wild card with 89 wins in 2000. They lose in the NLDS to the Braves because playoff experience matters and Greg Maddux is out here doing professor level tutorials on how to pitch in October. By 2001, the front office smells opportunity. Mark Prior arrives healthy and filthy, jumping straight to the big leagues. Now the Cubs roll out John Lieber, Kerry Wood, and Mark Prior as their top three. It's the kind of rotation that makes division rivals wonder if they can petition MLB to just forfeit their series. They win 90 games again, grab the wild card, but lose to the eventual champion Diamondbacks. Randy Johnson and Curt Schilling are the only 1-2 combo in the league that can match the Cubs at this point. 2002 to 2003, from contenders to champions. 2002, the breakthrough. Prior sophomore season, dominant. Wood strikeouts, league leading. Carlos Zambrano's arrival as the number 3 starter, a problem for every other lineup in the NL. The Cubs win 92 games and take the NL Central, bumping the Cardinals out of the postseason entirely. They win the NLDS over the Diamondbacks, but lose in the NLCS to the Giants. Barry Bonds goes full baseball demigod and hits 4 homers in 5 games. 2003. The curse ends early. This is the year everything changes. The Cubs win 97 games. Sosa, Aramis Ramirez, and Moises Alou form a dangerous middle of the order. Wood and Pryor combined for over 500 strikeouts, and their playoff debut as a healthy 1-2 punch is terrifying. NLDS, they handle the Braves in 4 games. NLCS, no Steve Bartman moment here. The Cubs take down the Marlins in 6. World Series, Cubs versus Yankees. It goes 7 games, but the Cubs ride Pryor's Game 7 shot to the first championship since 1908. Sosa is series MVP. Wrigleyville becomes a champagne waterfall. 2004, target on their backs. The Cubs entered 2004 with swagger, and rotation that looks like it was assembled in a lab. Wood, Pryor, Zambrano, Matt Clement. They win 100 games, but this time October doesn't go their way. The Cardinals edge them in the NLCS. The Red Sox still make the World Series, and Boston wins in 7, ending their own curse. 2005, staying power. The Cubs post a 95-67 record and take another NL Central crown. Wood finishes second in Cy Young voting, Pryor third, but in the NLDS, the Braves get even, knocking the Cubs down in 5 games. The dynasty is still intact, but other National League teams are starting to adapt. You can't just overpower everyone forever. 2006, Mets steal the spotlight. Cubs win 98 games, but run into the 97-win Mets in the NLCS. David Wright, Carlos Delgado, and Carlos Beltran outslug them. Cubs lose in 6. Mets fans pretend this means they're entering a decade of dominance. Spoiler alert, they're not. 2007, Cubs add Alfonso Soriano in the offseason. They roll to 102 wins in the National League pennant, beating the Rockies in the NLCS. No Rocktober here. World Series, we have Cubs versus Red Sox, with the Red Sox shutting down the Cubs lineup. At this point, the Cubs have been to a few World Series in 5 years, but only 1 ring. 2008, Cubs win 96 games, but lose in the NLCS to the Phillies. Cole Hamels outduels Pryor and Wood, and the Phillies go on to to win it all. And Cubs fans are feeling the shift as they're no longer the only National League powerhouse. 2009, midseason, the Cubs make a win now move for Roy Halladay. They have a rotation of Halladay, Pryor, Wood, and Zambrano, a pitching staff that makes MLB The Show look broken. They cruise into October, but the Dodgers shock them in the NLCS. 2010, passing the torch, the Cubs win 92 games but lose in the NLDS to the Giants. Lincecum versus Pryor's must-watch TV. The Giants take the series and go on to win the World Series, starting their own dynasty. The Cubs, they're still elite, but the automatic World Series threat aura is starting to fade. 2011, Cubs win 88 games, grab the wild card, face the Cardinals, who promptly beat them and ride the wave to a World Series win. Cubs fans stew for months. 2012, Pryor misses 10 to 12 starts with minor injuries. Wood is still solid, but the offense isn't keeping up. The Cubs finish around 500 and miss the playoffs for the first time in several years. 2013, Anthony Rizzo breaks out. Matt Garza joins the rotation. Cubs get the second wild card. They beat the Braves but lose to the Dodgers in the NLCS. 2014, Kerry Wood, now 37, retires after the 2014 season. His final career line is 220 plus wins, 3,000 plus strikeouts, 4 Cy Youngs, 8 All-Star appearances, first ballot Hall of Famer in this reality, and the Cubs go 84 and 78, missing October. 2015, Mark Pryor announces this will be his final year. The Cubs post a winning record but miss the playoffs. Without Theo Epstein's rebuild, there's no Chris Bryant, Javier Baez, or Kyle Schwarber. The farm system is thinner after years of win-now trades. And Mark Pryor, he ends his career with 220 wins, multiple Cy Youngs, and a career earned run average of just over 3.15. Now on to the big picture legitimacy of this alternate Cubs dynasty. This rewrites the Cubs' 2000 narratives. 10 division titles. They make the World Series 5 times, though, just like in this universe, just one World Series title. That lovable loser stigma is gone with 2003 title. You have first ballot Hall of Famers out of Kerry, Wood, and Mark Pryor, and then some general ripple effects across MLB. No Steve Bartman game, no 2003 Marlins run, no Rockies 2007 run, no Brewers 2008 playoff appearance. You, Joe, sad face cue for this Brewers fan. Yeah. And Theo Epstein never joins the Cubs. In terms of cultural shifts, Cubs are remembered as the NL's defining team of the 2000s. The Cubs-Cardinals rivalry becomes baseball's headline grudge match. In real life, Kerry Wood and Mark Pryor are remembered as two of baseball's biggest what-ifs. But in this universe, they're remembered as what was, the guys who changed the Cubs from a punchline to a powerhouse and stayed healthy long enough to rewrite the baseball map for over a decade. It's not the same fairy tale ending of 2016. It's not the Hollywood-style ending where the curse is broken in extra innings of Game 7. But maybe that's the point. In this world, the Cubs didn't need a Hollywood ending. They just needed 2 arms to hold it together.